WABC AladdinCarpet.com.
Good morning, America. Happening now. Security checkpoints shut down at one of the largest terminals in the country, sending passengers in Houston scrambling, and Miami shuts down a terminal for days as more TSA workers call out sick with no payday in sight, and the government shutdown drags on.
Deadly winter storm, more than a foot of snow and dangerous ice causing hundreds of crashes and massive power outages. Planes sliding off runways. The incredible moment firefighters rescue this 11-year-old boy trapped in ice. And now the new cold blast moving into the east.
Also this morning, massive strike. 30,000 teachers boycotting across LA. What it means for 500,000 students heading to school this morning.
Breaking overnight, the cockpit voice recorder from that doomed Lion Air jet recovered. What will it reveal about that deadly crash moments after takeoff?
New this morning, images inside the home where Jamie Kloss was held as her family speaks out. The moment they found out she was alive, and new details about the 13-year-old's captivity and harrowing escape. As the suspect goes before the judge, Elizabeth Smart joins us here.
And sweet victory. The NFL's Final Four now set. Will Tom Brady lead the Patriots past the Chiefs to their third straight Super Bowl? And will the Saints knock off the Rams after soaring past the Eagles in an epic comeback?
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
And we do say good morning, America. Get ready for it. Who dat? Who dat? Oh, that was such an exciting comeback.
You got the colors represented this morning.
That's right. Didn't waste any time with that.
You guys hear that?
Yeah.
The song, Sugar? Well, it must mean one thing. Maroon 5 is officially confirmed as the Super Bowl halftime act, and we've got the details on who else is performing with them coming up.
One question, will the government still be shut down when it's time for the Super Bowl? Now, in day 24, the longest government shutdown ever, that's where we're going to begin.
And air travelers across the nation are feeling the impact as TSA employees who aren't getting paid call out sick, missing shifts at more than double last year's rate. In Houston, the TSA forced to shut down a checkpoint. Victor Okendo is there, has the latest for us. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, Robin. This place is a ghost town. For the second day in a row, the security checkpoint here at Terminal B inside of Houston's George Bush Intercontinental Airport is shut down. Those are the ticket counters right there behind me. They are empty as well. You can imagine what this place would normally look like on a busy Monday morning, but let's show you the security checkpoint here. Not a person in sight except for other reporters here inside the terminal. We're hearing from the TSA this morning. They tell us that due to staffing issues associated with the government shutdown, they were forced to close it. Over the weekend, a similar site at Miami International Airport as those sick outs increase nationwide. Now, flights are still taking off from Terminal B, but if you're flying out of there, you need to make sure to give yourself extra time because you'll have to go through other security checkpoints. So the key word this morning will be patience. For more now, let's get over to my colleague, David Curley. He's at Reagan National Airport. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Victor. These checkpoints are the spot that most average Americans are going to feel the impacts of this shutdown, especially in the coming days. The call-out rate yesterday was nearly 8%. That's more than double what it was a year ago. And TSA is not going to change its security protocols. So that means fewer checkpoints like this, potentially longer lines. The question is, the officers that you see behind me who make between $30,000 $35,000 on average, are they out looking for jobs because the shutdown is continuing and they have to pay their bills? Some contingencies possible for TSA, retention bonuses, maybe the airlines offer employees to help at these checkpoints, but Americans in the coming days are going to feel the shutdown here more and more at these checkpoints across the country.
You
George?
can see it growing. Okay, David, thanks very much. At the center of the shutdown, the battle over a border wall. According to our latest poll, 53% of Americans blame President Trump and Republicans for the stalemate. 29% blame congressional Democrats. But the poll also finds that support for the border wall has been rising over the last year. I want to go to our senior congressional correspondent, Mary Bruce. And Mary, the GOP bearing most of the blame right now, but the big question, is it enough to change their approach?
Yeah, and George, so far this public pressure is not making them blink. Look, right now the two sides aren't even talking about talking. Congress was at home this weekend, lawmakers back in their districts, while the president was at the White House tweeting, insisting that he does, quote, have a plan on the shutdown and is ready to sign. But right now, day 24, and no one knows what the president is willing to sign, where he is willing to compromise, if at all. So far, the only proposal that he's been discussing is this possibility of declaring a national emergency to go around Congress to build his wall. But there are some signs that Republicans may be concerned that this stalemate is hurting the party. Lindsey Graham, one of the president's top allies, is now suggesting that the president temporarily reopen the government just so they have some more time to negotiate. George.
But, Mayor, one of the reasons they haven't felt perhaps enough pressure so far is that same poll shows that 82% of Americans say they haven't been inconvenienced at all by the shutdown. Only 18% said they're personally affected. Of course, that could change if we see more reports like we just saw from Victor and David.
Yeah, right now, George, those numbers show that lawmakers may simply not be feeling enough pressure yet, but that may be coming because while just 18% say they feel personally affected now, according to our poll, 79% say it would be a serious problem or a crisis if this were to continue. And if past shutdowns are any indication, it's when that public pressure simply becomes too much for lawmakers to bear that they finally come up with a solution.
And we are already in record territory. Okay, Mary, thanks very much.
And these workers live all over this country, so I think it's just a matter of time before these lawmakers start feeling this pressure and taking it back to Washington. Let's stay in Washington. That deadly winter storm killing at least 12 people, causing hundreds of accidents. ABC's Stephanie Ramos, as we said, is there in Washington, where they are facing their biggest snowfall in 3 years. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning, Cecilia. That's right. The snow has finally stopped falling here in D.C. We can actually see some of the buildings here this morning, but yesterday it was non-stop. More than 10 inches of snow falling here in our nation's capital. As you mentioned, the biggest snowstorm in 3 years. And this storm not just impacting people in this area, but across the country.
That massive winter blast dumping deadly snow and ice from the Midwest to the East Coast, leaving millions digging out this morning. More than 100,000 customers still without power. Icy roads proving too dangerous to travel, killing at least 12 people. In Illinois, an 11-year-old boy rescued after plunging into an icy pond. Whiteout conditions blinding drivers, wreaking havoc on highways across much of the country. This sand truck flipping over in Virginia. One of more than 300 crashes reported. The governor there declaring a state of emergency. At least 800 crashes reported in Missouri. Roads littered with abandoned cars. These trucks stuck bumper to bumper for hours. Crazy. This pickup truck saving a skidding 18-wheeler, hauling it down the highway. Nearly 20 inches of snow, snapping branches, burying cars beneath it. Airlines also impacted. This Delta Airlines flight sliding off the runway in Cincinnati. Icy tarmacs leaving nearly 1,000 flights canceled nationwide and more than 3,000 delayed.
Guys, it is really icy out here this morning. If you're walking or driving, best thing to do is stay home. Many of the schools in this area are closed this morning. Now, the main concern now is refreezing, and something else folks are preparing for is another blast of winter weather later this week. Robin.
I want everybody to take care, Stephanie. And speaking of that, we're going to go outside of Rob now with the forecast. And as Stephanie said, much of the country looking at a very deep freeze, Rob.
Yeah, we're in it now. We're going to get waves of cold, and where you mix that with a little bit of rainfall, you got the ice. That's the other component to this. In North Carolina, Greensboro, they had a heavy snowstorm early in the winter, and they had heavy ice with this system as well. So a lot of power outages, especially across Virginia and North Carolina because of that. But let's look at the numbers now. As this storm exits, it's really pulling down the cold air. Wind chills and the single numbers across parts of northern New York and New England, teens in New York City, Philadelphia, D.C., where that fresh snow cover is. And we'll get another wave, it looks like, later in the week. Look at these wind chills, 30 below potentially in the center part of the country. And as that trough digs all the way to the Gulf Coast, that could dig up a potential winter storm, and a big one. As we head towards the weekend, we'll be tracking that. George, back inside to you.
It's a busy-looking map. Okay, Rob, thanks very much. Now to President Trump and the Russia investigation after two explosive new reports. First, the New York Times, that the FBI investigated Trump for being a Russian agent after the firing of James Comey. And the Washington Post reporting that the president took steps to conceal the records of his conversations with Vladimir Putin. Our senior national correspondent, Terry Moran, has the latest from Washington. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning, George. Well, the president flies to Louisiana today to go to the Farm Bureau convention. That's a very typical presidential event. But even as he goes about his daily business, these reports today offer more and more disturbing evidence that from the very beginning, the subject of Russia and Vladimir Putin has been an extraordinarily sensitive one for Donald Trump. As President Trump heads to Louisiana this morning, two new reports are putting the White House on the defensive. One involves the private talks between the president and Vladimir Putin.
I had a conversation like every president does. We had a great conversation.
Trump fired back against this Washington Post report. It claims the president went to extraordinary lengths to hide his private conversations with the Russian leader.
I'm not keeping anything under wraps. I couldn't care less. I mean, it's so ridiculous.
The Post reports that the president actually confiscated his own interpreter's notes on his meeting with Putin in Hamburg and shut out members of his own administration.
Why is he so chummy with Vladimir Putin? You know, it raises serious questions.
The report could spur Democrats to subpoena the interpreters at those meetings. And the White House is also pushing back hard against a New York Times report that says after FBI Director James Comey was fired, the FBI opened a counterintelligence investigation into whether the president had been working on behalf of Russia against American interests, a charge that infuriated the president.
So I'm going to ask you, are you now or have you ever worked for Russia, Mr. President?
I think it's the most insulting thing I've ever been asked. I think it's the most insulting article I've ever had written. And if you read the article, you'd see that they found absolutely nothing.
No collusion. That, of course, is the president's mantra on this. But as Robert Mueller racks up those guilty pleas and newly empowered House Democrats gear up their investigations, the other side of the story, whatever that might or might not be, that is coming out. George.
And we're going to hear part of it, Terry, on February 7th. Michael Cohen, the president's former lawyer, set to testify before the Congress. The president speaking out on that, and House chairman warning the president against interfering with the investigation.
That's right. Michael Cohen, president's longtime lawyer and fixer who has decided to speak in public. It'll be one of the most highly publicized congressional testimony in years. The president is undoubtedly going to come after him, and the Democrats want to make sure that Michael Cohen can do this and do it right.
Terry Moran, thanks very much. Robin?
And George, now to that massive strike in L.A. 30,000 public school teachers are set to walk the picket lines this morning. It in the second largest school system in the country. Keena Whitworth is there and has those details for us. Good morning, Keena.
Hey, Robin, good morning. So the teachers union here in Los Angeles saying this is a last resort, but confirming its 30,000 members will strike today after rejecting the district administration's latest deal. Now, the two sides have been going back and forth on this issue in an effort to avoid a strike. The teachers union saying they need several issues resolved here, including their salaries, reduced class size. Some teachers saying they have classes with 40 kids in them. They also want nurses hired. Now, the district saying they simply cannot afford the union's demands. This has the potential, of course, to be incredibly disruptive for the more than 600,000 K-12 students and their families. But the district saying this morning schools will be providing every student with a safe environment and meals. So they will be open here today, Robin.
How have they prepared for the strike, schools, Keena?
Yeah, Robin, so what they've done is they've hired about 400 substitute teachers. They've also redeployed some 2,000 of their district staff members that have their teaching credentials as well. Now, this hasn't happened in some 30 years, but Robin, we also have to keep in mind that the student athletes here will go without practices or games until this is resolved.
All right, Keena, thank you. Cecilia?
Okay, Robin, let's turn now to a manhunt that's underway for 3 suspects in a shooting at a mall in Utah. Hundreds of shoppers were there when shots were fired Sunday afternoon. Just a terrifying scene there. Those panicked shoppers running to take cover. 2 people were hit by gunfire. 1 man in critical condition, a woman in serious condition. Police believe the shooting is gang related, and they say there is no threat to the community at large. And that breaking news overnight, a cockpit voice recorder from the Deadly Lion airplane crash in Indonesia has been found. The plane, a brand new 737 MAX 8, went down in October, killing all 189 people on board. The data recorder was found a few months ago. It pointed to a problem with the plane's automatic safety system. No word yet about what this new cockpit reporting reveals. George?
Okay, let's turn Look at that smile on your face. The NFL playoffs. Patriots are going to take on the Chiefs. Robin Saints, of course, defeated the Eagles last night. Also learning, they had a pretty dramatic win.
They did.
And we're also learning who's going to take the stage for the halftime show at the Super Bowl. Maroon 5, 2 other performers as well. Janae Norman here with all the details. And Janae, this halftime show wasn't easy to pull together.
Right, good morning. So headlining the Super Bowl was thought to be a huge honor, but it has been a tough spot to fill. Many artists distancing themselves from the big show in support of Colin Kaepernick, and other players taking a knee to protest racial injustice. It's official. This year's Super Bowl halftime show has finally found a headliner, Maroon 5. Maroon 5 had been the unofficial pick for months, but reportedly struggled to find guest performers, partly due to backlash over the NFL's handling of Colin Kaepernick and players' right to protest. Rihanna reportedly turned down the offer to perform, deciding to stand in solidarity with the former 49ers quarterback turned free agent. Comedian Amy Schumer announced she wouldn't appear in any Super Bowl ads this year.
My fellow Americans, they say we're a nation divided.
And in October, even calling out Maroon 5 in an Instagram post saying, "I think it would be cool if Maroon 5 backed out of Super Bowl. Stand up for your brothers and sisters of color." Overnight, NFL posting this promo on Instagram announcing rappers Travis Scott and Big Boy will join Adam Levine and company on stage. And even with those acts announced, the NAACP is asking those performers to reconsider participating. Travis Scott reportedly only agreed to participate if the NFL agreed to donate to a social justice fighting. Yes, Dream Corps. So it seems like he found kind of a happy medium there.
Yeah. All right, Janae, thanks so much.
Thanks,
And there were 2 other great moments from last night's games that we want to share. How's this for sportsmanship? Eagles quarterback Nick Foles surrounded by Saints in the traditional post-game prayer circle. That was a moment.
Love that.
Yeah, and history was made last night. Sarah Thomas, first woman to ever work as an on-field official in a postseason game. She was a down judge during the Patriots' rout of the Chargers. I had a chance to speak with her here on GMA in 2015 after she became the first woman to become a full-time official in league history. What does it take to be an official in the NFL?
Extreme focus, be very driven and dedicated to your job, and training.
She is the real deal and a real trailblazer. She was the first woman to officiate a major college football game as well as a bowl game. She is a native of Mississippi, so I'm sure she's a Saints fan as well.
She's a boss.
This glare is going to last all week long.
I'm going to ride this puppy.
Let's go back to Rob.
Good morning again, guys. Yeah, we have several storms that are kicking into the west, and we're going to probably see more of this. A mudslide in Malibu. Look at the rain now that's going to be coming in towards Southern California, Santa Maria, Santa Barbara, Los Angeles, San Diego, all under flood watches through the rest of today, and then another pulse coming in tomorrow. Notice this trajectory south of San Francisco, and then a bigger one gets the entire state Wednesday, Thursday. This one's going to dump feet of snow in the mountains, and I think we'll probably see some flash flooding during this event later in the week. Time now for your Select Cities, brought to you by Liberty Mutual.
As a fitness junkie, I customize everything. Bike, wheels, saddle. That's why I switched to Liberty Mutual. They customize my insurance so I only pay for what I need. I insured my car and my bike. My calves are custom too, but I can't insure those, which is a crying shame.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Expect melting today. Our temperatures are going to get above freezing between late morning 10 a.m. and about 5 p.m. today, but then more the refreeze overnight. We're tracking the next weather maker, some flurries late Thursday into early Friday, the high 44, and then a bigger system could bring more icy conditions to the area this upcoming weekend. Saturday late through Sunday right now, the wait is looking the high this weekend going to 37 degrees on Saturday, 45 on Sunday, looking like less snow and more ice.
Government partially shut down, so why not have a snowball fight? 10 inches of snow there in the city of our nation's capital, and I was down there yesterday. It was great snowpacking snow in the National Mall. Look at that. I mean, talk about a flash mob. No, they had a flash snowball fight. Nobody was hurt as far as we're understanding. Probably some snowmen as well.
Make the most of that moment,
Exactly.
Why not? All right, Rob, thank you. Coming up, we have the family of Jamie Claus speaking out as they are finally reunited after her months in captivity. And we have new details as a suspect heads to court today.
And a new alert about the flu. The CDC is out with new numbers. We have an experiment showing just how fast the flu can spread in a classroom. That's coming up right here on GMA.
This
is my body proof.